Let's talk about three kind of more of my experimental, untitled and numbered paintings. My piece number 6, oil paint on canvas. It originally started as kind of more of like an abstract piece. I was thinking about kind of more of like using canvas as like almost like a mosaic, or I was trying to get like that stained kind of glass vibe. So with the paint scraper, I dragged a good amount of heavy oil paint that I placed at first and then just scraped it along the sides until it formed this figure. So yeah, the yellow, red, and blue. There's some pinks. You get some greens in there, like almost like swampy greens. You get some like curry kind of colors as well. After it dried and, I was like looking at it, I was thinking there's something else that needs to happen. I ended up putting some words down because I saw some pink undertones. I figured pink would be a really good one to really showcase on top. I guess the idea is to just try to make me think differently. Usually I'll think of like the first word or phrase or something that comes to my head and then build from there. So like you got car sex, and the C from that made Cannibal Holocaust. Interconnected it with Auerbach, who's a painter. Got Mean Stash, got Empty Bank Account, Guston's KKK, which I must have been reading one of Philip Guston's books or looking at his works probably. Huckleberry Finn, got Easy Clap, Finger Blast, and then I Love Wasting Your Time, which I guess maybe I'm doing that right now. But yeah, here's some closer shots of it. They're usually untitled, but this one is number 6. I'm guessing because of what I was trying to do with the background there. So yeah, number 6. So here's another untitled. Look how messy this got. I'm guessing this was another painting beforehand. As you can see, I had another title and another signature. An absolute mess on the back, because usually what I'm doing is I'm painting pretty rough. I'm not trained at all, but yeah, usually like I'm really handling the piece and really getting in with it. So usually I got paint on my hands, and then leads to this mess. You get things like this on the sides and all over. Anyways, so let's flip this over. So there's another word exercise. Again, it was another one of those paintings where I was really liking the texture and the color of the background. I used that with spray paint, so you get like an inner source of that blue. I would hit it from a certain angle. I guess this time I kind of had more painters on my mind. So I think I started with Picasso, legendary painter, Cubist painter, legendary career, multi-decade, who has a connection with Bacon. Bacon as in Francis Bacon. No, not the other guy, the painter. Francis Bacon also had a multi-decade career, so they have a connection. Bacon saw one of Picasso's exhibitions and was kind of inspired to become an artist, a painter, so that's probably why those were interconnected. Down below, a Spanish painter, Francisco Goya, has one of the most crowning, beautiful, most human, legendary achievements at the end of his life, where he painted these black paintings in his house all over his walls. They're quite spectacular. I'd love to see them in person someday. But you're just an amazing artist, someone who's deaf and getting really ill, and so he decides to make these paintings that depict horrors of humanity. But yeah, his black painting's legendary, so I had to add him in there. After that, we'll go another Spanish painter, Diego, but not Diego Rivera, although, I'm sure if someone's looking at this and they see the association with all these other artists, they could probably either think of Diego Rivera or Diego Velázquez, who was another painter. And then that's another connection with Picasso, as Picasso did his versions of some of his paintings, like Las Meninas. Let's go to another painter. So Dali, being the freak he is, I ended up doing it backwards. Dali is backwards here and reversed. Dali, another freak, another Spanish painter. Everyone here so far has been in the past, and I guess I just wanted to bring someone from our period, our current times, and that's Samori, Nicola Samori, Italian painter. His works are unbelievable, pretty inspired by him. More modern approach, he takes like the techniques and stylings of Caravaggio with dark and light, but then he'll also manipulate his paintings, and he'll somewhat, quote unquote, destroy or distort them in some way. So the figures will either be distorted, or certain painted parts of it will be scraped off or messed up or burned. In a way, paintings can bring you into the world of that thing, but also because he's manipulating these subjects in the painting itself, it kind of brings you back out onto the world. So you're looking at it and you're like, oh, this is messed up. This is reminding me that this is a painting and that it's like a physical thing. Becomes kind of sculptural in a way, kind of for me. He has sculptures. His paintings kind of have that vibe as well. So 6 painters. I don't know what made me do this at this time. I guess I had painters and their connections on my mind. Untitled, oil and spray paint on board. brings us to our third piece, Untitled. This is spray paint and oil on canvas. It originally started as yet another experiment. I mean, it kind of reminds me of a flower, or a fucked up, like kind of like alien flower. Like in some of the other pieces, I kind of have like the spray paint effect going all around. With these like crossword paintings, I usually am left with like what feels to me like more like a backdrop than an actual finished painting. I feel like sometimes it's like just to get loosey-goosey, and I start to do these exercises, these word exercises. You know, you got anal beads. That's a classic. You got sandwich. It's just dumb because it's like sandwich, but it's just completely wrong. Kind of reminds me of Yellow Wolf a little bit. Sandwich. He says that shit sometimes. Dementia, classic, not fun illness, I'm sure. Bruce Willis got that shit. John Zorn, experimental musician who performed with one of my more favorite singers, Mike Patton. Applebee's. I've never really been there. I don't know, I just thought it was silly. Zoos are trash. Phrase down here. Sorry, Beth. That's my mom-in-law. She loves the San Diego Zoo, but I think that they're garbage for the most part, and it just makes me sad. They should be in their own environments. Anyways, erectile dysfunction. That's good. You got hippos, you got RoboCop. Everything all connected. I guess for the viewer, it's also like a visual thing. So, you know, you're looking at these words, they're bringing an image to your head, which is not on the painting itself. So you see RoboCop, I'm thinking of RoboCop. I'm actually thinking of the RoboCop that was, for some reason, promoting Girl Scout cookies at my local Smith's, which is weird. It happened way after this. So that's strange. But anyways, another Untitled kind of exercise. Untitled.